Trials of Osiris is still the worst thing Destiny 2 has to offer. And before I rip this mode a new BH, let me first say that my intention here is not to disrespect the talent or the efforts of any developers, and I will provide constructive suggestions as well. On August 25th, 2021, Bungie gave us their goals for Trials of Osiris, and we're going to see if they've been met today. You'll see right here, we want to make Trials more accessible no matter your skill level or fireteam size. We want to make Trials more rewarding, whether you're winning matches or earning reputation with Saint 14. We want to make Trials more engaging, testing out changes to Elimination, and reintroducing labs to Destiny 2. Now today, Trials is more accessible no matter your fire team size, sure, but no matter your skill level, it's not really. And there's a very specific reason why it's not, and I will get to that right after this next burst of Bungie text. In their goals, they read, they believe Trials plays best for everyone when it has a large and diverse population of players who are all chasing rewards and competition for a wide variety of reasons. Too often, Trials has just two populations, flawless or bust crew, or folks who just want to get the 3-win reward and get out. Now, I don't know if you remember from a year ago, but they used to have a bounty where you just get 3 wins and you get whatever engram that is. It's like if it's the shotgun or whatever reward it was that weekend, you get that and then you leave. A lot of people just load in, get the bounty, jump off the map, just lose, because eventually you didn't have to actually get 3 wins. You could just lose a bunch of rounds. I think like, I don't even know how many games it'd be, like 10 games or something, and then you'd get it. While we support those mindsets, having a majority of players falling into just 2 camps is not healthy for Trials. With that in mind, we are undertaking a series of targeted changes to help support more players with more in-game goals. More of these changes are subtle, some are quite large, some have been suggested by the player base, and some might be a surprise. Now here's the actual development goals. They want to get more people playing, they want to get more people doing something besides flawless or bust, and resetting their card once they take a loss. They want to get more people feeling like they can win more often. They want to get more people feeling like the rewards are on par with other similar activities in the game. And they want to get more people embracing movement, conflict, and resolution during a match. Now, the rest of this video is going to be a decent amount, my opinion, as an experienced PvP gamer for a very, very long time, years and years of playing Destiny 2, thousands of hours playing, and being a above average PvP player. Okay, these are mostly going to be some opinions, but it's going to be from experience, and there is going to be some data, and it's going to be mostly podcast style, so there's going to be some gameplay playing in the background. But if you literally just want to listen, you can literally just listen to this while you're doing your laundry or whatever else you're doing. In regards to getting more people playing, they did get a lot more people playing for the first 6 weeks after this change was implemented. Like literally 4 to 7 times as many people were playing than in the previous year of Trials. But after 2 months, only about 100 to about 200,000 more players dipped their guardian toes into the water of Trials each week. That is still a lot, and it is proof that it was an improvement, because it was really, really, really bad before. But we want to answer more of these questions. How many people are not resetting their card after a loss? We don't have any data on this, but I would think that it's not many. I know that I am almost always resetting after a loss, and only when I don't care about the adept weapon do I not reset my card. And usually it's only me not resetting my card after literally just losing, and then I'm just like, whatever, I don't care, I'm not even going to try to get flawless this week. But do players feel like they can win more often? For me, I only feel that a little bit, and I believe that is mostly due to the introduction of Battle Eye. In my games, at least, I don't really feel like many people are cheating anymore, so yeah, I feel like I can win a few more games. Are players embracing movement, conflict, and resolution in a match? Sure, yeah, especially with the zone labs that they've done and the no third-person peeking with the emotes or swords. But let's get to the heavy part of the discussion. where I will try to be as real as possible. Does Trials feel as rewarding as similar activities in the game? First of all, what do you compare Trials to? It has adept loot, so maybe Grandmasters, or I mean, it's PvP, so just maybe compared to regular PvP, but like a little more intense or something? Well, since it is considered endgame, let's go with that. In Grandmasters, as long as you are the correct power, you can play the slowest, most careful way and finish in 45 minutes on the hard ones. And you'll get an adept weapon every time. Even if you mess up on the boss room twice, go to orbit twice, but you finish on the third attempt, that's an adept weapon for about 2 hours of time. Trials asks you to defeat 7 teams in a row. And I don't know why more people aren't talking about this, but games are designed to have a 50% PvP win rate. Just on average, that is what games are trying to do. Obviously, higher skilled players will win more if they aren't paired with a fair match, but let's talk about matchmaking for a second. Currently in Trials, it's supposed to match you with people who are at a similar spot on their card as you. So when you're at 6-0, your opponents are at 6-0 as well, or really close to it, and one of you has to experience maximum despair and will likely waste at least an hour of your time, possibly multiple hours of your time if you've been having a hard time just getting to there, and you didn't win your last win, so you just, your hours are gone. But you see, every single match you play is making a team reset their card. So 7 teams have to start over in order for you to get your 1 adept gun. Fortunately, they made it so that once you're flawless and it's Sunday or Monday, you can just keep playing on that card and you'll get more adept weapons whenever you win. Well, not every time, but a lot of the times. But outside of that, this whole system is crazy. Only in tournament settings for massive cash prizes is such a requirement put in place. Literally go 7-0 or 7-1 to be in the finals for $100,000. Obviously, online, there's a wider range of skill levels, so you aren't only playing people at your skill level, but you get the point. Now let's talk about the reward and time investment disparity between Grandmasters and Trials in summary. For Grandmasters, about 45 minutes for an adept weapon on hard nightfalls, 20 minutes for a strong team with optimized loadouts on easier nightfalls, or 2 hours in the worst case if you've had multiple failed attempts but you get it on the last one. But after you get your first adept in a week, additional ones don't come easier. You just have to do the Grandmaster again. With Trials, it takes about like 70 minutes for 7 wins to get 1 adept weapon. Unless you're on an insane team just crushing through everybody you play is worse than you, so you're cruising through in about 30 to 40 minutes. Worst case scenario, infinite time. You use your whole weekend to try to go flawless, but you can never get 7 wins in a row. 0 adept weapons. Another downside, your progress resets the progress of everyone else you play against. Plus side, after going flawless, you can play on Sunday or Monday for bonus adepts when you get wins on your card. I don't know if I want to go off script here or not, but I really just feel like I have to say more about this. Going 7-0 is crazy. It is crazy. Obviously, we know there are some insane streamers, there's some super strong, talented gamers out there that can do this pretty easily because they're not getting matched against people that are near their skill level. But it is so crazy to say, here's some endgame loot, but in order for you to get it, you have to cause 7 times as many people to not get it. Like, it's crazy. Obviously in GMs, you're not playing against other people and you're all working on a team against AI, and so there's no downside for anybody else when you succeed there. But with PvP endgame, the way it's currently set up, in order for you to go flawless, you have to cause other people to not get their rewards. Where I feel like, in my opinion, yes, higher skill, higher wins should be rewarded much higher. But You should still be able to progress. You should be able to make your way up there. You should be able to get the reward. Even if you're not good at the game, you should be able to spend a certain amount of time and know that you will eventually achieve your goal. On doing something besides flawless or bust, well, Bungie did implement the reputation system so you can get some engrams along the way and a way to focus them, which is great. But people don't play GMs for the Vanguard reputation or weapons. It's all about the adept and endgame loot. This definitely increased the loot people are getting, but the nature of the mode makes you want to go flawless. And I'd really love a big creator to tweet out a poll on Twitter or something just to see how many people play 20 plus games of Trials on a weekend with zero intention of going flawless, zero hopes, nothing, and they never reset their card. How many people do that? The nature of the mode would have to change to accomplish this goal, such as just getting 7 wins gets you an adept, or a certain amount of reputation during that weekend gets you an adept, and then lets you hit additional milestones along the way in order to get more adept drops every other game or so. Then you just have flawless give you like 3 adept drops instantly, or more. Because like I said before, 7 wins in a row causes 6 teams to reset their progress currently. If you can just play to get loot, but wins and skill significantly accelerate that or give additional drops, then skill is still being rewarded without wasting the time of 6 other teams. For feeling like people can win more, this can be solved in 2 ways, and honestly, this is the part of this whole discussion that I'm most excited to talk about. You need more people to be playing in order to get a wider range of skill present in the playlist. So the rewards and the mode need to make people want to play more. Implementing the reward change I just mentioned would do that. Well, it would do it in part. The other part would be to have the mode be a mode that doesn't extremely punish single mistakes or teams that aren't 3-stacked in voice chat. What I'm saying is that Elimination is inherently a bad mode for entertaining, rewarding, and fun gameplay. That is, of course, unless you're just so much better than every other person you play, so you can just come in and crush them, but that's not how it is for most players. An incredibly high percentage of rounds end within seconds of the first death. This is because as soon as you lose one teammate, the enemy team collapses on you or holds 3 angles on you, and they just win easily. Obviously, some people come back from that, but that is not the majority of the time. Special weapons like snipers and grenade launchers make this worse, and honestly, if special weapons weren't in Trials, it might feel like a completely different mode. But that is not going to happen. You're going to start your round and your teammate is going to peek the same lane and get killed by a sniper. And then the snowballing begins. In modes that have respawns, even if you are limited with your respawns, you can more easily recover from single mistakes, and consistent skill is more rewarded instead of little mistakes that just instantly lose you the round. If Trials could be some kind of moving zone that you had to be in order to score points, but there were respawns, or even if it had a mode that was similar to Rift where there's still an objective in play, more players would be able to feel like their matches are winnable, even if they just implemented survival. Even if Trials was just survival, it would be better in my opinion. But in its current state, because you can just get 2 grenades tossed on you or a grenade launcher or a snipe in the first 6 seconds of a round and lose because of that, Elimination will always feel hard to win for a large percentage of the player base. And I didn't even mention all of the different player pools that are active during a weekend of Trials of Osiris. There's freelance flawless, there's freelance non-flawless, there's team flawless, there's team non-flawless, and then all of those playlists have a console version of it and a PC version of it. Obviously, I'm okay with PC and console having their own player pools. If you enjoyed this discussion or you would like to contribute further to it, leave a comment in the below. Leave a comment in the below? Leave a comment below and like the video if you liked it. Let me know what you're thinking. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more Destiny content. I appreciate it. That's it.